Welcome back to the channel, Pocket Change Coins. Coin collectors and enthusiasts. If you've ever wondered how a small, seemingly ordinary coin could change your life, this video might just be the answer. Today, we're diving into one of the most iconic coins in U.S. history, the 1925 Buffalo nickel. Also known as the Indian head nickel, this coin is a true gem in the world of numismatics. Stick around because we're about to explore what makes this coin so valuable, how you can spot one, and why you might want to check your change for a hidden treasure. Let's start by taking a good look at the 1925 Buffalo nickel. At first glance, it might seem like just another piece of pocket change. However, the Buffalo nickel holds a special place in American coinage. Designed by the renowned sculptor James O. Fraser, the coin features two distinct sides that make it one of the most beloved designs in U.S. minting history. On the obverse, we have a Native American figure, crafted to represent a composite of three different Native American leaders. The detail and artistry on this side of the coin are remarkable, with the feathers on the headdress and the strong facial features conveying a sense of power and dignity. On the reverse, we find the famous buffalo, which was inspired by a real-life buffalo named Black Diamond, who lived in the Central Park Zoo in New York City at the time. The buffalo is portrayed standing on a mound of dirt, with United States of America and 5 cents inscribed on either side, along with E Pluribus Unum, the national motto. Now, the 1925 Buffalo nickel is not just a piece of history, it's a collector's dream. This coin was minted at a time when U.S. coinage was transitioning, and its design stood out among other coins of the era. But it's not just the design that makes this coin so valuable, it's the condition and rarity that really drive up the price. Most Buffalo nickels you come across today are in poor condition due to years of circulation. In fact, many have been heavily worn, and the details, especially on the buffalo and Native American's face, have been worn away over time. That being said, finding a 1925 Buffalo nickel in high-grade condition can be incredibly rare, and it's this rarity that adds to its value. Let's talk about what to look for when hunting for a valuable 1925 Buffalo nickel. First, you want to examine the details of the coin. Look for a coin that has sharp, clear features, especially on the buffalo's body and the Native American's face. Coins with well-preserved designs, minimal wear, and a nice, even patina will be much more valuable than those that have been heavily circulated. Mint marks are another important detail to check. On the Buffalo nickel, the mint mark will be located on the reverse of the coin, right below the buffalo's tail. A mint mark of D means the coin was minted in Denver, while an S means it was minted in San Francisco. While all Buffalo nickels are valuable, some mint marks are rarer than others, and coins from certain mints may be worth more. For example, 1925 Buffalo nickels are harder to find and tend to be more valuable than those minted in Philadelphia or Denver. Next, let's talk about mint errors. These are the hidden treasures that make a coin even more valuable. The Buffalo nickel series is known for several types of errors, and the 1925 Buffalo nickel is no exception. One of the most famous errors in the series is the three-legged buffalo, where the buffalo on the reverse appears to have only 3 legs instead of 4. This error was caused during the minting process, and these coins are among the most sought after in the numismatic world. If you happen to find a 1925 Buffalo nickel with this error, you could be looking at a coin worth substantially more than its face value. But don't worry if you don't find a three-legged buffalo. Even well-preserved, high-grade 1925 Buffalo nickels without mint errors can still fetch impressive sums. You might be asking, what makes this coin worth so much money? It all comes down to its rarity, condition, and demand. The 1925 Buffalo nickel was minted in large quantities, but over time, many were worn down or lost. The ones that survive in excellent condition are few and far between, making them highly desirable to collectors. While most circulated 1925 Buffalo nickels are worth around a few dollars, high-grade examples, especially those from rare mints like San Francisco, can be worth thousands of dollars. If you have a coin in near mint condition, it could be worth upwards of $500 to $1,000, and in some cases, more. But what about the rarest of the rare? A 1925 buffalo nickel with a three-legged buffalo error has been known to sell for a staggering $61,000. That's right, $61,000 for a single coin. The combination of rarity, historical significance, and demand from collectors is what drives the price of this coin to such astronomical heights. So, how can you spot a valuable 1925 buffalo nickel? Here's a quick recap. Check the condition. Look for a coin with sharp, clean features. The more well-preserved the design, the more valuable it will be. Look for mint marks. Keep an eye out for the mint mark on the reverse side, and remember that coins from certain mints, like San Francisco, can be more valuable. Watch for errors. The three-legged buffalo is a major error to look for and can dramatically increase the value of your coin. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever found a buffalo nickel in your collection or while coin hunting? Maybe you've come across a rare mint error. Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear about your discoveries. Today, we're talking about one of the most coveted and historically rich coins in American numismatics, the 1937 buffalo nickel. This coin may look like just a piece of pocket change at first glance, but don't be fooled. Its value, rarity, and striking design make it a prized possession for collectors all around the world. Today, we're going to dive deep into the details of this iconic coin, what makes it stand out, and why it could be worth a small fortune. The buffalo nickel, also known as the Indian head nickel, was minted from 1913 to 1938. And out of all the years this coin was produced, the 1937 buffalo nickel holds a special place in the hearts of coin collectors. Designed by the renowned artist James O. Fraser, the coin is celebrated for its detailed and unique design. On the obverse, we see a Native American in profile, his face adorned with a feathered headdress. Fraser created a composite of 3 different Native American chiefs for this depiction, ensuring that it wasn't the image of just one individual but a representation of many who shaped American history. The reverse of the coin features the iconic buffalo, a symbol of American pride and the wild frontier. It's beautifully rendered, standing strong on a mound of dirt with the inscription "United States of America" and 5 cents proudly displayed. This depiction is based on a real buffalo named Black Diamond, who resided in the Central Park Zoo in New York City at the time. The coin's design is timeless and has captured the hearts of collectors for generations, but what makes the 1937 buffalo nickel so valuable and sought after? The answer lies in its rarity, condition, and historical significance. Over the years, many of these coins have worn down from circulation, leading to the disappearance of the fine details on the buffalo and Native American's face. In fact, most of the 1937 buffalo nickels you come across will likely be in poor to fair condition, which means that finding one in high-grade condition is extremely rare and highly prized. One of the key factors that determine the value of a 1937 buffalo nickel is the condition of the coin. A well-preserved coin with sharp details, especially on the buffalo's body and the Native American's features, is worth far more than one that's been worn down. If the coin has minimal wear, clear details, and a nice even patina, it can command a much higher price. However, the 1937 buffalo nickel also stands out due to a famous mint error, the three-legged buffalo. This error occurred during the minting process, and as a result, some of the 1937 buffalo nickels have a buffalo on the reverse with only 3 legs instead of 4. This striking error makes the coin incredibly rare, and if you find one, you could be sitting on a small fortune. The three-legged buffalo error has become one of the most famous coin errors in American history, and it's one of the reasons that 1937 buffalo nickels are so highly sought after by collectors. If you're out there hunting for this coin, make sure to carefully inspect the buffalo's legs. If you spot a missing leg, congratulations. You've just found a highly valuable coin that could be worth thousands of dollars, thanks to this mint error. But even if you don't find the error, a well-preserved 1937 buffalo nickel is still an exceptional find. Another aspect to keep in mind is the mint mark. The 1937 buffalo nickel was minted in several different locations, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. While coins from all these mints are valuable, San Francisco mint marks are generally considered more scarce, which can make them worth even more than those minted in other locations. So, how much could a 1937 Buffalo nickel be worth? Well, as with any coin, the value depends on the condition, rarity, and demand. If you have a well-preserved 1937 Buffalo nickel that's in high grade, it could be worth a significant amount, anywhere from several $100s to a few thousand. But the real treasure lies in those rare three-legged Buffalo coins, which have sold for as much as $63,000. That's right, folks. If you find a 1937 Buffalo nickel with the famous three-legged Buffalo error, you could be looking at a coin worth $63,000. Imagine finding that in your pocket change. This is one of the highest prices ever paid for a Buffalo nickel, and it shows just how rare and valuable these coins can be. If you're wondering how to spot a 1937 Buffalo nickel, here are a few tips. Examine the details. A sharp, clear design is what you're after. If the buffalo's body is well defined and the Native American's face is detailed, it's a good sign that the coin has been well preserved. Look for mint marks. Check the reverse of the coin below the buffalo's tail. The mint mark will tell you where the coin was minted. San Francisco mint marks are especially valuable. Check for errors. The three-legged buffalo error is the most sought-after mistake in this series. If you spot a buffalo with only 3 legs, you've found a rare coin. Check the condition. Coins that are in excellent condition or mint state will naturally command a higher price. So, have you ever come across a 1937 Buffalo nickel in your collection or during your coin hunts? Maybe you've stumbled upon one with a mint error? I'd love to hear about your experiences in the comments below. Today, we're diving into one of the most iconic coins in American history, the 1936 Buffalo nickel. This coin is not just a piece of metal, it's a piece of history. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a casual collector, the Buffalo nickel is a must-have in your collection, and the 1936 edition is particularly special. Let's take a closer look at what makes the 1936 Buffalo nickel so fascinating, how to spot one, and why it could be worth a small fortune. The Buffalo nickel, minted from 1913 to 1938, is one of the most recognizable coins in American currency, and the 1936 version is among the most sought after by collectors. If you're lucky enough to come across one, you might be holding something with incredible value. First, let's talk about the design. The 1936 Buffalo nickel was designed by James Earl Fraser, an artist whose work shaped the future of American coinage. The obverse features a profile of a Native American wearing a feathered headdress. The image wasn't based on a single person but rather a composite of 3 Native American leaders from various tribes, giving the image a sense of timelessness. Fraser's design aims to capture the strength, dignity, and pride of Native American culture. On the reverse, you'll find the depiction of a buffalo standing proudly on a patch of dirt. This wasn't just any buffalo. The buffalo was modeled after a real-life animal named Black Diamond who lived in the Central Park Zoo in New York City. The buffalo is facing left, and beneath the animal, you'll see the words, United States of America, and 5 cents. Now, the 1936 Buffalo nickel is special for a couple of reasons. One of the key factors that make this coin stand out is its timeless design, which has become a symbol of American history. But what really makes this coin valuable today is its rarity and condition. Most of these coins were in circulation for decades, which means they were often worn down from heavy use. This wear and tear make finding a well-preserved 1936 Buffalo nickel much rarer, and that's exactly why collectors pay top dollar for one in good condition. When it comes to the value of a 1936 Buffalo nickel, condition is everything. If you happen to find one with clear details, like a sharp image of the Native American's face and the buffalo's body, that's a good sign. Higher grades, such as those graded MS 65 or higher by the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, can command prices in the thousands of dollars. Another key factor is the mint mark. The 1936 Buffalo nickel was minted in several different locations, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. While coins from all 3 mints are valuable, the San Francisco Mint often produces the most sought-after versions, making them even rarer and more valuable to collectors. But what really pushes the value of the 1936 Buffalo nickel to the next level is the three-legged Buffalo error. This error is one of the most famous and valuable minting mistakes in American history. The error occurs when the buffalo appears to have only 3 legs instead of 4. This happened during the production process, and as a result, a small number of 1936 Buffalo nickels have this striking error. Coins with the three-legged Buffalo error are some of the most valuable coins in the world. If you find one of these rare error coins, you could be holding a piece of numismatic history worth tens of thousands of dollars. When hunting for the three-legged Buffalo nickel, the key is to check the buffalo's hind leg. If the back right leg is missing, you found an error coin, and your search has just paid off in a major way. If the coin is in excellent condition, the value skyrockets, and you could be holding a coin worth more than $67,000. Of course, even without the three-legged error, the 1936 Buffalo nickel is still valuable, especially if it's in pristine condition. Coins that have been well preserved with sharp details and minimal wear are in high demand among collectors. Even a good quality coin from the Philadelphia Mint could fetch anywhere from a few hundred to several $1,000s, depending on the grade. So, how do you go about spotting a 1936 Buffalo nickel? Well, first, you'll want to check the date and look for the year 1936 above the buffalo's back on the reverse. Then, inspect the coin for its condition. If the details on the Native American's face and the buffalo are still clear, that's a great sign. The more legible the features, the more valuable the coin is. Be sure to also check for the mint mark below the buffalo's tail. This can help determine the coin's origin and its potential value. If the coin was minted in San Francisco, it could be worth more than a coin from Philadelphia or Denver, as San Francisco minted coins are more scarce and desirable to collectors. Now, let's talk about the potential worth of a 1936 Buffalo nickel. As mentioned earlier, a well-preserved coin could be worth several $1,000s, but the true jackpot comes if you find one with the three-legged error. Coins with this rare mistake have been known to fetch as much as $67,000 at auctions, and even in lesser conditions, they still hold immense value. Just imagine the excitement if you find a 1936 Buffalo nickel in your collection or while coin hunting. This is the kind of discovery that could change everything for a coin collector. So, have you ever come across a 1936 Buffalo nickel in your travels? Or maybe you found one of the rare three-legged Buffalo coins? I'd love to hear your experiences in the comments below. Today we're going to take a close look at a coin that not only holds historical significance but could also make you a lot of money if you happen to find one in your collection, the 1935 Buffalo nickel. If you've been following the world of coin collecting for a while, you probably know that Buffalo nickels are some of the most cherished and sought-after pieces in American numismatics. But the 1935 Buffalo nickel? This one has a unique place in history and can be worth much more than you'd expect. Now, if you're new to coin collecting or simply curious about how much this piece of history is worth, let's dive into what makes the 1935 Buffalo nickel such an iconic and valuable find. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, you'll want to pay close attention to this one because it could be sitting right under your nose. The Buffalo nickel was designed by James O. Fraser and first released in 1913. Its design features a Native American on the obverse, or front, and a majestic buffalo on the reverse, which is one of the reasons this coin is so beloved by collectors. The image of the buffalo was actually modeled after a real buffalo named Black Diamond, who lived at the Central Park Zoo in New York City, and the coin itself has come to represent the American frontier and Native American heritage. Over the years, the Buffalo nickel became an enduring symbol of American culture. Fast forward to the 1935 version, which holds its own place in numismatic history. The 1935 Buffalo nickel stands out for several reasons, one of which is its relatively low mintage compared to other years. While millions of these coins were produced in the 1930s, the 1935 edition is considered to be particularly valuable, especially in higher grades. It was minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, with the San Francisco Mint generally producing the most desirable versions for collectors. The mint mark, located below the buffalo's tail, is an important detail to look for when assessing the coin's potential value, but here's the kicker: what truly elevates the 1935 buffalo nickel in terms of value is its condition. Most buffalo nickels you come across today will show signs of wear. These coins were heavily circulated, and after decades of handling, they may have lost some of their original detail. But, if you're lucky enough to find a 1935 buffalo nickel that's been well preserved, you could be holding a coin that's worth thousands of dollars. The 1935 buffalo nickel can range in value depending on its grade. A coin in good condition might fetch a few $100s, but once you get into fine, extremely fine, or mint state, MS, grades, the value starts to increase dramatically. Coins graded MS 65 or higher can be worth several $1,000s. If you're fortunate enough to find a 1935 buffalo nickel with very few signs of wear and an overall high quality, you could be looking at a coin valued anywhere from several $1,000s to tens of thousands. However, there's one specific detail that could make your 1935 buffalo nickel truly extraordinary. That's the chance of finding a coin with an error, particularly the three-legged buffalo error. This is one of the most famous minting mistakes in American coinage history. During the production process, some of the coins were struck with only 3 legs on the buffalo instead of 4. This error coin is one of the most coveted in the world, and collectors are willing to pay a premium for it. If you come across a 1935 buffalo nickel with this 3-legged error, you could be holding a piece of numismatic history worth an astonishing amount. Now, how do you spot one of these rare 3-legged buffalo coins? The best way is to closely inspect the buffalo's hind legs. The third leg, located on the buffalo's right side, will be noticeably absent in this error coin. The leg's absence is subtle but significant enough to make a huge difference in value. If you're lucky enough to find one of these rare errors in great condition, you could be looking at a coin worth as much as $65,000. Even if you don't find a 3-legged buffalo, the 1935 buffalo nickel is still an incredibly valuable coin. The condition of the coin, along with the mint mark and overall rarity, all contribute to its value. If you find one in good to excellent condition, it could easily be worth thousands of dollars. So, if you're out there looking through your spare change or coin rolls, always keep an eye out for that 1935 buffalo nickel. Check for the mint mark, inspect the condition carefully, and pay close attention to the buffalo's legs. With its unique history, stunning design, and potential errors, this coin could very well be the gem you've been waiting for. To wrap things up, the 1935 buffalo nickel is a true treasure in the world of coin collecting. Whether you find it in a collection you inherited, discover it while metal detecting, or spot it during your coin hunting adventures, this iconic coin could be worth $65,000 if it's in exceptional condition, especially if it carries the legendary 3-legged buffalo error. Today, we're diving into one of the most sought-after years in the history of the buffalo 5-cent nickel, the 1934 buffalo nickel. Now, if you haven't stumbled across one of these coins yet, don't worry. Today we're going to break down everything you need to know about the 1934 buffalo nickel, from its design to its hidden value, and the potential for it to be worth a fortune. The buffalo nickel is a coin that holds a special place in American numismatics. Designed by James Earl Fraser, the coin was first released in 1913 and quickly became a favorite among collectors. The design features a Native American man on the obverse, and the reverse side showcases a buffalo, a symbol of the American West. It's a simple yet profound design, and it truly captures the essence of the American frontier. Now, let's focus on the 1934 buffalo nickel. The year 1934 stands out because it's part of the series that was produced during the Great Depression, when the U.S. Mint faced challenges in terms of production and resources. As a result, fewer coins were minted that year, making the 1934 version one of the more desirable and valuable buffalo nickels. The mint marks for this year were primarily from Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, and depending on which mint produced the coin, the value could differ. One of the key features that collectors look for when evaluating a 1934 buffalo nickel is the condition of the coin. Because buffalo nickels were widely circulated, most of them have seen a lot of wear and tear over the years. However, if you find one that's in great shape, particularly if it's graded as fine or extremely fine, you're sitting on something truly valuable. A well-preserved 1934 buffalo nickel is a rarity in itself, but here's where it gets really interesting. As with many rare coins, the 1934 buffalo nickel can also have a hidden surprise: error coins. One of the most famous errors you'll want to watch out for is the double die error. This occurs when the coin is struck twice by the die, causing the design to appear more than once. The double die error on a buffalo nickel can make it worth far more than its face value. If you happen to find one of these error coins, it could be worth a substantial premium over a standard coin. Another important aspect to consider when assessing the value of your 1934 buffalo nickel is the grading system. Coins are graded on a scale from good to mint state, with mint state coins being the highest quality and the most valuable. If you've got a 1934 buffalo nickel in mint state or close to it, you could be looking at a coin worth thousands of dollars. So, why is the 1934 buffalo nickel so valuable? It all boils down to rarity and condition. The 1934 is one of the more difficult years to find in pristine condition due to the heavy circulation during the time. Add to that the historical significance of the coin, being minted during the Great Depression, and you've got a piece of American history that many collectors would love to add to their collection. But just how much can the 1934 buffalo nickel be worth? Well, depending on its condition, mint mark, and whether or not it has any errors, the value can range widely. In lower grades, you might find a 1934 buffalo nickel worth a few dollars, but in higher grades, the value shoots up significantly. For instance, if you happen to find a 1934 buffalo nickel in MS-65, mint state, you're looking at a coin worth thousands of dollars. Now, here's the big reveal: if you find a 1934 buffalo nickel in excellent condition with the right mint mark, or if you're lucky enough to discover an error coin like the double die error, you could be sitting on a coin that's worth as much as $67,000. Yes, you heard that right, $67,000. So, keep your eyes peeled for the 1934 buffalo nickel in your collections, coin rolls, or even when you're out there hunting for rare finds. The buffalo nickel is an iconic piece of American history, and if you're lucky enough to come across a 1934 version in great condition or with a rare error, you could be holding onto a treasure worth $67,000. Before we wrap up, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever found a buffalo nickel, or maybe a rare 1934 in your collection? Share your stories with us in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss an exciting new video about coin collecting. Happy hunting, and who knows? Your next buffalo nickel might just be your most valuable find yet.